Hello and welcome to another gameplay review on the Virkayu gameplay channel, and in this one we are once again revisiting Kiana jungle. Yeah, we are, because the EQ combo was undodgeable. They decided, you know what? No, we're gonna remove that, and everyone other than Kiana main said thank you so much. But they kind of took too much off of that, so they're giving a little bit back. But the most important thing about their Q is instead of 25% bonus damage to monsters, it's now 50%, which means faster clears, hopefully. Talent and Zed really took a hold of the jungle. In fact, if you're not abusing Talent for free LP right now, do so. Not against me, because I'm just going to be banning it. It's going to take over the Shaco ban based upon the play rate. Shaco's not banned because he's strong. Shaco's just banned because he's irritating. But Talon, woo, 310 clear into the crab, into Giga, roaming up and down the map with his E. Obliterates you with slows and bleed damage. It's just something I'm too old to deal with. Kiana has struggled to really find that niche after those rounded buffs. They're really trying to push this League of Assassins in the jungle meta. We have a challenger, 3x challenger, currently GM 700 LP EU West, will be challenger again, 99% sure by the end of the season. It has 80, 90,000 on Kiana. When you're challenger, that is of course significantly more meaningful than if you're not. So you're gonna watch the first clears here. We're against the Lee Sin, as I said, Dark Harvest rune set. It's interesting because the Talon and Zed playstyles really, you know, they're not super invading anymore. I made a Talon video on the main channel at the beginning of the year. Same thing for Kiana, where I've talked about it quite extensively recently. You couldn't full clear, you know? You were really looking to have a 3-4 camp, get into some kind of an invade. You had to gank. You needed to exert that agency on the map, and hopefully the high-risk plays yielded good rewards. Now, though, with these buffs and these bonus damages to monsters, as you're seeing, we can compare it to a Lee Sin, for example, who's gone red Raptors into the Grump, which is something we covered in the main channel as well, talking about where you just skip the blue and you go for a bottom lane gank. But the Kiana here, the clear is better. It's not substantially so, it's not earth-shattering, it's not gonna really change your perception of reality, but these small incremental buffs to really put her in the jungle, I think are better than what they do with Talon and Zed, which has kind of propelled them so much so into a full clear, very easy gank, and very easy, they can put you into kill threat very easily. So Kiana, let's have a look to see how these buffs kind of resonate with her playstyle. Hopefully we get a good game. I mean, I've seen the KDAs, I know we get a good game, but it's more about, like, let's look at the timings and see how things go. We're gonna finish this. We could smite this as well. We're already used one, which means we won't have it for the Scuttle Crab. But if you have the right sort of, what are we going to call these? Elementals, right? Enchantments? Elementals? Enchantment. There you go. I keep wanting to say elementals. Enchantment, you can obviously stun and remove the shield, which is great. So pay attention to that. The Lee Sin realizes, you know what? I've got no prio here. The Kiana's going to be coming down here. I have no prio in the bottom lane. And immediately flexes to the top side. Kiana understands this. Flashes in. You see that? The red buff should get the tick. He dies forward. That was really, really fast. So let's look at the map as she does this. You see the Lee Sin now, a great decision just to reverse to the top side to take this crab. He has top pride here, so this is very safe. She currently has the terror shape with her River Elemental, which gives her that stun. So she can flash into that route, and then obviously use W again and then Q again, because it refreshes the cooldown. So this gives her a lot of tools at her disposal if you can do things quickly enough. Obviously, it requires a bit more mechanical prowess than your Talons or your Zeds. Now at this stage, a lot of you might feel like, hey, let me do this, right? But if Lee Sin gets Leash Cheer, goes down here, reverses up, doesn't show up here, and obviously takes this, you don't really want to give away your second Grump. It's hugely valuable, and obviously, if your top lane is maybe in a less advantageous matchup, maybe being crashed here, the Lee Sin will take this, dive this, and you would have just taken some Krugs. It's not really worth as much. Now, obviously, you can see the pings coming through. That means there was wards placed by the Poppy or the Lee Sin, which is brilliant. Please do this. You see this? This is by the Poppy. Now, if you're the jungler with this, and you haven't gone back to base, you know, with your for your scanner early, if the jungler commits here, and you're prior for this, it's always good just to snap it because you want to see the second tier rotations. And I talked about this in the warding video I put out recently, but apparently, people don't like to be told about warding videos because they never do well, but how else do you plan on tracking? You don't have some kind of mystical mind connection to the enemy jungler. We don't endorse ghosting streams here. That's just ridiculous. You need vision to confirm suspicions, especially in lower elos where they do erratic things. Now look at this. Already, Grump, Wolves, and we're waiting for this. There's downtime for this to spawn. So instead of waiting for it, okay, we can look, let's hit this, let's see what vision we have. And you can always look to make a play while this is still spawning. If nothing shows up, obviously, feel free to take those raptors into Krugs. But if everybody's low, make the commitment, cut the map, let's go. Alistair's just gonna knock you back. We do get the root. Brum hits his passive, which means with one more auto, he will be stunned and killed. Beautifully done. Lucian isn't even here, he's died twice. So again, really, really nice. Now we have a TP from the Puppy. It's the only person who can be TPing. She's gonna try and use her anti-dash ability. Lee Sin is crashing down. The Braum is not something you really want to dive here, especially with the passive. And Kiana, obviously, even without any terraforming in the river, which he doesn't have at this point, you root with the Braum. So that TP is overly aggressive, especially considering Echo has control. That's not it. Okay, that Q missed. Wait. Wait. No. No to all of it. No to all of it. The TP, no idea. No idea. I think it was really overzealous. The Lee Sin's feeling a little desperate here. He was forced to reverse out and early and reset and sort of cut the map in weird ways because he had no prior, because it's a Kiana. So he sort of gets roped into that. I don't know why the Poppy is joining in. Either way, we're 2-0-0. And a lot of people ask, what do we do as assassins if we don't really get a Giga Snowball, or if our team are just lizards? Well, you're going to get a good example here because she's going to have 100% KP. Now you're asking, why are we going to the Krugs? Well, okay, these are level 1. We need to get these off the map as soon as possible. They still provide decent experience early, so it does give you some kind of infusion. It's not huge, but it's important to reset them. At the same time, it's very obvious that Lee Sin could look to cut the map here, potentially, to take this, although I think that would be a really horrific idea on his part. So by doing this, we can sequence upside and maybe look here, or simply loop on down again. I do think if you really want to gank bottom lane and you do want the dragon, I don't really anticipate the Lee Sin going forward. You could easily just do blue side down. It's safer, it gives you 6. You can use it on the bottom lane again. That's obviously the lane we want to keep repeat ganking. But we do have a Jarvan who is 7. We do have a Poppy who has lost a lot from that TP. Nice ward again. That's why, you know, if this happens once, place a control ward. Always, if you see people going into your jungle, place the wards, defend yourself. Echo, you don't get this blue, buddy. No, not after that bottom lane nonsense. Okay? Make sure you have the right, again, keep forgetting. Elemental. I'm just going to call it elementals. I keep brain blanking on it, but I think definitely we want to go top side here because she has no TP now, no flash, and she used her ult. It's something we want to abuse, get Jarvan a little bit of an advantage, and punish her more so for that overzealous TP. Beautifully done. Very easy. This is huge. People don't value this enough on junglers. Well, that's not true. We all know that map scaling is huge, but it's just something that really changes the game. Mobility. Vex should be interesting against all of this stuff, but I'm seeing just so many assassins. Everyone wants to play an assassin in the jungle. Keep changing your form as you wish. Use it as you desire. The camo is something that people hate. I hate it. Whenever she has the brush terror shape. Okay, enchantment. Enchantment. We're going to keep using enchantment. We're going to force ourselves to remember it. That's it. Enchantment. We got it. Now, yeah, when you show top lane, this is obviously not a surprise. Bot lane is kind of winning, I want to say. Just a little hunch I have. Lee Sin is down on the bottom side here. Draven needs mana. Is he really going to snipe this? Woo, that is some generosity, although you've done nothing to deserve having it as Lee Sin, so be it. 3-0-0. Straight down to our red buff. We do have this available. This is a game-changing ultimate. Whereas Talon will kill people, whereas Zed will kill people, Kiana can win team fights. Okay, she can win team fights. Here we go. We do have the early Ghost Blade, which is something Talon junglers are doing as well. The item is back to its previous glory. We only really want to go for this if we can get people into kill. Unfortunate, not close enough. Not close enough. It was a good disengage. Don't probably think it was for a kill threat, but you kind of want to hold it. At the same time, 96 seconds for such an ultimate. Really isn't, does it really not scale at all? Is that true? Well, damn, I just learned something. It doesn't scale with cooldown. It's not something I was cognizant. I just wasn't aware. Fascinating. So, you don't really get that level 11 bonus and cooldown ratio. We lost a dragon, definitely want to be topside at this point. Bot lane is just a lost hope. We might as well get the Javan ahead. Punish the poppy a little bit. Woo! That was just so smooth and easy. The Q range is always, I don't know. It feels like it's deceptive, but it's not really. You know it's coming. It's almost just like watching a tsunami rush at you and that's the end. But this makes it obvious you're on the Herald. The objective on the map is the Herald. Echo has prior to roam. The top laner is dead. Echo. I think I'm gonna roam bottom lane now. And now he has to TP from base. I mean, you could have just rotated up in the first place and then saved your TP for something else. I don't know, that's just me. That's just what I'm thinking. Obviously, I understand you want to gank bottom lane, but at least Javan was there. We're able to secure it. Clear your quadrant here. If for whatever reason it's disparate due to rotations and ganks, make sure there's no camps up. Straight to the bottom side. Again, this is quite passive. Not passive, rather. It's just measured, you know? If you don't have enough clear speed, you know, they buffed the attack speed. They've given more bonus damage to monsters with the Q. If you don't have enough clear speed, you can't do this. And that makes all these plays super risky, because if you just stay in the jungle and farm, you're going to be outscaled. And at this point, you're seeing the Lee Sin, really, I'm not sure what his game plan is. This is a silly ward. You know she just took Herald, right? You know she was on the top side, right? You know she's going to be heading to the bottom side, right? Well, we know that's warded. Lee Sin, I'm pretty sure you showed very briefly. I love this. I love that. Whenever you go back to base, and you always see mid-beast talk about this, in the mid lane VODs, you know, they just leave it as they go back to base. So you can see the wave and you can see people move in. We're also setting up a TP for the Javan. TP response from the top laner, Goon Squad time. But the cow is made into biltong, straight beef. Javan still has his cataclysm. Does he want to cause pain? I was going to say ignite pain, but that's misleading. Nice W hit onto the... Actually, a lot's going on here. Nice W hit onto the Vel'Koz, and the Kiana ult against the side of the wall was perfect. That's exactly the kind of stuff we're looking for. I was kind of hesitating because I thought the Echo was going to be killed without his ult again, which would have just been comedy. Oh, my bad. Sorry, I misclicked. Would you guys like... Let's watch that again without me stuttering away at what's going on. Sometimes things happen, but we definitely want to get these kills and use the Herald. Right, here we go. Cataclysm. She's forced to flash out. Nice W by the Echo. Okay. Which stuns it up. Nice EQ by the Javan, which we used to chain together 2 CCs for our knockback on the Kiana ultimate. Push the wave, and if anyone dares so as remain, well, you dead. We can herald this, I think. There we go. Let's take this and start elevating the game set. The bottom lane has shown they're not... You know, there's just too much going on. Let's move the pieces on the chessboard, which Kiana can do. Assassin junglers can do. This is what we're looking for. 602. So while we're not sort of diving into the deep mechanical animation cancels and how to use a champion, your decision making is obviously just as important. Don't take that, that's mine. Does he really want this? Okay, they're fighting here, and he actually really does want the blue buff. Generous. Generous. It's been a while since people have sort of asked me, should we give blue buffs away? Kind of get a little tilt in my body. Don't want to think about it. The Lee Sin is very curious to me. What a character. Unfortunate game. Wrong place, wrong time for everything. Although they are getting the dragon, but once again, that is a byproduct of their bottom lane success. Ghostblade is activation. Vel'Koz, please respect the map. You know she's pathing down. You know we just got blue buff. Where else is she gonna be? Why would you even put yourself in that position, you weird giant sushi? Bottom lane is now 3v1 Goon Squad Lucian. Death? Gargoyle Stoneplate. No, that's not what it's called. It's called Gorge Drinker. Okay, Echo can now rotate while Javan pushes mid lane. They all move out of the W. We flash anyway because we should be able to get the kills. Braum passive, please. Beautifully done. And there's a tower. Something I also wasn't fully realizing. Did you just see people diving? You just think the tower's gone. No. Probably now is left to push the top lane. Yeah, okay. We take it. Chaos is where we thrive. 802. Just builds up. But if you can clear camps in the downtime, move to these fights, make sure you're using those enchantments correctly and appropriately, and you should be able to capitalize. I am noticing a lot of the Ghostblade rushes, though, just because of the movement speed as well. It's huge from the jungle. Gives a lot more value. Okay. We take that. They've pushed this up. We've pushed this up. This is the next thing we want to secure, but we do want to get the next dragon, I feel. That should be a strong focus. Level 11 is huge as well, not for cooldowns though, but for initial damage. Doubling that initial damage is always nice. Especially seeing as we now have Prowler's Claw, so we can get the bonus damage amp as well. Plus, if the E wasn't enough, now you got another dash. Trap setting time. We don't have ult. We don't have level 11, but we don't need it. It doesn't really matter because there's no cooldown advantage. While I don't think you need a rage quit. I mean, that was just an assassin being fed. There you go. There you go. Talon, Kha'Zix, Zed, whatever assassin jungle you like to play. When there's no camps, when there's no objective, when everyone's pushed back, set your trap with your vision control. Make sure you assassinate anyone who disrespects the map, and then rotate to side lanes where there may be fights and skirmishes that you can benefit from. It's not difficult. Really, assassin jungling is tough because people don't play the early game properly enough and they fall behind because they don't gank enough, they don't farm enough, they don't counteract the map with other plays, especially against hyper-aggressive junglers or junglers that like to gank a lot. But with these buffs to all these three assassins in particular, you should have no issue farming as well as setting those traps. Watch the Q, good, we have denied vision so we can wait. Don't hit it, don't hit it, too many people hit this. If they face check thinking they're safe, they'll die. Echo splitting side lane. If there's a Herald up, we got 3 minutes. I think we should take this. A lot of people I've seen on streams as well will basically forego the second Herald. I don't understand it. It's really huge in games like these because now, look. Boom, 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 right? Pushed in, you have deep vision control, great. But if they have wave clear, if they have disengage, if they have stuff that's difficult to dive, it can be very annoying to try and siege against these comps, especially Poppy. I mean, you dive, she ults, he kicks, he has a knocker plus 2 damage plus his laser beam. This guy can also CC you actually, and obviously Alistar's a champion, so you don't really have that option. In the meantime, they're trying to make a pick in the bottom lane, disrespecting once more the Jarvan's TPs. Good TPs from him. We're going deep here though, we have to be cautious. We do not have the Kiana, they do not have the Poppy. The Valkyries will rotate respect, flashes ult so you don't get fully stacked up. Reverse stack the Alistar with Braum and enjoy. 4 stack passive versus 3 stack passive. Who wins? The guy with mustache. Poro enjoyer. Well, he does love the Poros. And they love him. Gotta look after our pets, my friends. Isn't that right? Okay, he's ignoring me for now. I fed him, so basically I have no more purpose in his life. It is what it is. Go counter jungling now, look for picks. I do like this as well, but this is just normal stuff. I mean, this is not, at this point, if you watch this channel regularly, you know I'm always telling you the Ghostblade, Prowler's Claw, EQ is just hilarious. And you don't even need your ult most of the time. Being fed on Kiana is one of the most satisfying things to watch when you're not in the game or to play if you happen to enjoy the champion. Talon, you know, people are going much more the Gore Drinker build because you kind of really have to yeet in sometimes, and the heal and sustain while still being able to one-shot people is huge. Yeah, I like this. Lee Sin's going top side, Alistar's top side, Poppy is there, Valkar Sushi dead, Draven's a non-factor. We can push that to crash it, and because we have a dragon spawning, this will push nicely. They'll have to deal with this 2 top, push this out into the tower, and you can always fall back to this if you want that control. Alternatively, you can obviously go straight for Baron if you are okay foregoing this. Lee Sin's gonna try and deal with the Kiana, and look at this. I mean, that's a 2-level down Lee Sin. But sure, that's fine. That's okay. I mean, I know it's understandable that he hits the item spike and he has 2 ruby crystals, so he's tough to kill, but that's why people don't like Lee Sin. But it's also very important why it's very important to make sure he doesn't get fed. But I do think we should have gone straight for the, I mean, I always go straight for the dragon in that case, because ultimate CDR is really nice for Kiana, given that now that I know you don't have any. So, we enjoy the haste. But knowing that she's on it means they can super engage. Echo's topside splitting. This is very standard. Okay? This is absolutely very standard. I'm going to pause it very quickly. If you have a 1, 3, and let's say, for hell's sake, that Kiana's pushing on the bottom side for a 1-3-1 split push, their only hope in hell, especially when they're losing, is to engage and to use their team fight to thin the numbers out. If they can win and engage on the 3 or it's 5, now you gotta really barrel down, push down mid lane, and basically you have to decide, am I willing to give this up in exchange for this? And sometimes when you're behind, it's actually the solid choice. Alternatively, she's on the dragon, not split pushing, but they make the same kind of call, right? She's on an objective, Echo's topside, engages Deletus, and that's what they do. Now the Kiana can rotate, has enough mana, ult in 19 seconds. We don't want to be too hasty. What are we at right now? Okay. Just poking out with the Q in a line, as is the language. Okay, hippity hoppity over the wall with that E. Scan. Okay, that gets deactivated, so that's very unfortunate. We do have camo as part of our kit. Wow, that was a lot of damage. That was a lot of damage. Nice flank by the Echo. She was watching that the whole time. She's watching the Echo come down the whole time. It's just so much damage. Like, I know she's got the passive attack speed or whatnot on her W, but just, you know, like a simple E into a Q, it's just so insane. We die there, but it's worth it. If you can get a tower, no. TP. It's just so much damage. The fact that it was undodgeable, that combo, I never agreed with. I'm glad it's changed. All right, but her win rate, let's be honest with you, you're watching an ideal game state. Yeah, you're watching an absolute ideal game state for Kiana jungle. It's not normally like this. All right, the win rate is 44%. It is still struggling because most people are taking the wrong enchantments. Now, I didn't forget it was called that, totally not me, and using them inappropriately. They're also not understanding how to play the jungle. They're probably taking way too many risks thinking, I'm an assassin, I need to farm. And they're not getting anything going early. I mean, she's 13-1-5. You don't get that by farming, but take note of the playstyle. Watch the Zed vs Talon jungle video I just put out. Watch this video. See how he plays it. She plays it. It changes everything. The play is a he, so as far as I know. But I always say she or he based upon the champion. Or it for Shaco and Yumi's. Lee Sin sees Braum, engages, wave, we push up, standard stuff. Basically, we're going to try and play around the Baron at this point. If we can find a pick, we will. We have no inhib. You're seeing this. You're seeing the difficulty here. They have a huge lead, 10,000 gold, but it's very tough to automatically siege. We need to make picks and flanks just like the Echo did and try not to get engaged on in this 5v3. This is good because this is now pushing for us a little bit. I don't think anyone's going to deal with it. There's no need to because it's cannon wave either. But as soon as you see the Kiana's not here, we know that she's setting a trap somewhere. So the red team should be very well disciplined in not face checking. But we've seen stranger things. Not season 4, but the 3 seasons kind of tell you what season 4 is going to be about. Just like face checking. Bronze, iron, gold, silver, grandmaster. There is somewhere an ADC that will overpush and die to an assassin. Especially a Zed. Nice knockback disengage. That was great. I like that cancellation there. And nice turn peel by the Jarvan. Focus what's in front of you, or focus the backline, kill the Draven, because who knows why. If you have no lifesteal, obviously it's better to try and kill the squishy thing, but attack what's in front of you as the ADC, please. Doesn't matter. That's it. That's the game. That was nicely done. The Lee Sin tried his best there, but he didn't really get anything going early, so. There you get a little bit of a anticlimactic ending. But the build, high damage, the farming, smooth, the rotation's good, the combo's quick. I think we're on the precipice. It can be used if you're good with a champion and you understand how to use her kit properly, and you play aggressively enough, but measuredly enough. Measuredly? Is that even a word? Measured enough. If you don't, you're gonna have a very, very tough time actually executing. And I would recommend you stay with your Echoes, and I can't believe I'm saying this, your Talons and your Zeds. They're just a bit easier, and your Kha'Zixes, they're just a bit easier to execute the assassin playstyle. I do not think she's OP, do not think she's strong, still think she's weak. They might need to give a bit more to her than this, because the EQ nerf being undodgeable now, so keep that in mind. We'll be back for another 2 videos this week. Thank you very much for watching. Please do like, share, and comment if you did enjoy and learn something. Apologies for misspeaking a few times. It has been a long month of house improvement, so our brain's kind of just melting. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, I will see you all in the next tutorial.